So these mantras are the original mantras of these deities, and these mantras control them. They will automatically get attracted towards you and will start giving you full benefit. So this is the right way of doing spiritual practice. This is an easy practice according to the Ved or true scriptures, known as effortless religious practice, simple way of worship. And they, by their forced religious practice and ignorance, have made it so hard that someone performs penance by standing, someone by standing upside down by placing their head down, someone by keeping fasts, someone goes to the mountains to find God, and someone chants some other mantras like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Radhe Radhe, Sham Milade. Are they written anywhere in the Holy Gita? So whatever is written in the Gita is the actual spiritual practice. Apart from that, whatever religious practice we perform, a mantra we chant, that is arbitrary practice performed by abandoning the method given in Holy Scriptures. It is useless. In Gita chapter 16, verse 23, it has been stated, Arjun, those who perform arbitrary practices discarding the injunctions of the scriptures neither attain salvation, nor happiness, nor any spiritual power. That means useless. So the method that is prescribed in Gita Ji, the mantra to find God, and then it hints at discovering the true saint and find out from him. So that is the actual spiritual practice to be followed. In chapter 3 verse 8, the giver of knowledge of Gita says, if you sit in one place, this is the knowledge of Vedas, and you abandon your duties, you do not perform any action, how will you sustain yourself? This is correct. See what is written in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse number 8. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, this is chapter 3 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and verse is 8. It starts from here. Here is its translation. You must perform duties in accordance with the injunctions of the scriptures, that is, perform religious practice as prescribed in the scriptures, because compared to an action not performing any duties, that is, forcefully doing religious practice while sitting in a solitary place, it is better to perform duties. And because of not performing any duties, the maintenance of your body will also not be possible. How will you survive if you sit in a place? Now, pious souls, you just saw verse 8 of chapter 3 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is the knowledge of Vedas as it matches with the knowledge given in the Yajurveda, chapter 40, mantra 15. In chapter 6, verse 16, it has also been said, Arjun, this worship is neither successful of one who eats too much or who doesn't eat at all. Eating too much would mean overeating to an extent that you start feeling lazy and you can't do worship. And to not eat at all means to keep fast. Fasting is also forbidden in Gita, and they ask people to keep Ekadashi fast. Where did this come from? And neither of one who sleeps too much, nor of one who does not sleep enough. These cannot attain success in devotion. This concept has also been clarified in verse 16 that it is useless to keep fasts, whereas they describe the Ekadashi fast to be very important. So this is their folklore or self-concocted fable. It is against the injunctions of the scriptures. Nothing will be benefited from doing this as per Gita's chapter 16, verse 23. Now we come back to the same context. The giver of knowledge of Gita states in chapter 3 verse 8 that if you sit in a place, this is Veda's knowledge, and if you leave work and not perform duties, how will you sustain yourself? This is correct.
Maharaji, kindly explain how was the nature created?
Listen to this story patiently, because anyone who hears this for the first time will feel that this is a baseless story. But after some time, on seeing the evidence, you will have to accept it. And it will be accepted. Until you get to know about the creation of nature, you cannot understand this true spiritual knowledge, Tattva Ghyan, or any holy scriptures. Consider this creation of nature to be a master key to understand all the holy scriptures, to see their hidden treasure. This is the master key, that is the main key. That is why you are often given the knowledge about the creation of nature. In Satlok, with one word, God created 16 islands. Then with 16 birds, he created 16 suns. After that, God entrusted the rest of Satlok's creation to one of his 16 sons, Achint, and ordered, Achint, you are now the creator. He ordered Achint to show that this creation is not a child's play and nothing can be done successfully without the Almighty. What did Achint do? With his word power, he created a male entity called Akshar Purush. In Gita's chapter 15, verse 16, two Purush gods have been mentioned, Kshar Purush and Akshar Purush. The origin of Kshar Purush and Akshar Purush is being described now. Achint created Akshar Purush with his word power. By the order of God, God had given him this much power of word. When Akshar Purush was born, he walked off of his own accord. Achint asked for his help in the creation of nature. Akshar Purush didn't listen and went to Mansarovar, which was filled with nectar. He jumped into it to take a bath, started enjoying there and fell asleep. There the body is without breaths. Now he was sleeping and Achint, while sitting, witnesses. Then God said that this work can't be done without Almighty Himself. And now you can relax. Then God went there. God, that Satya Purush, eternal God, Kavir Dev, took some nectar from that Mansarovar and made an egg out of it like a magician. He inserted a soul into that egg with his word power and put that egg in the water. That egg was very big in size. It went down with a thunderous noise. The thunder of the egg disturbed Akshar Purush's sleep. Now, if someone is woken up from a deep slumber, one becomes very angry. He expressed his anger and looked at the egg in anger, due to which the egg burst. From it, this Kshar Purush, that is Jyoti Niranjan, Kal, came out in a human form. God said to both of them that, Akshar Purush, you were in deep slumber. God spoke through an ethereal voice. You both may come out. To awaken you, this entire spectacle has been displayed. You both may come out. Both of them came out. And then he said to them, you may live in Achint's island, all three of you. In one island, both of them went away and one was Achint. Now after some time, this Kshar Purush, whether you call him Jyoti Niranjan or Kshar Purush, and Akshar Purush, whom you may call Parbrahm, both of them started living in Achint's lok. After some time, this Kshar Purush, that is Jyoti Niranjan, or you may call him Kal, he would be called Kal later on. This Kshar Purush thought that we three, Achint, Akshar Purush, Kshar Purush, are living in one island and our other brothers are living in their separate islands. After that, what did God do? God created all of us who are here in the forms of ant, elephant, man, king, god, goddesses, etc. Whoever it is, after creating everyone, God had given separate places to everyone in Satlok, saying, live here comfortably. So he got worried, distressed and jealous that all three of us are in one place and all others are living independently in separate places. So he started doing meditation. When he meditated for 70 eras, God asked him, what do you want? The Supreme God asked him, what do you want? He said, O Father, O Supreme Father, this place is insufficient for me, kindly grant me a separate place. So Supreme God gave him 21 Brahmands, like a rich father gives 21 plots to his son, that take these 21 plots. He went there and started living there. He saw that they were very empty. He thought that some construction should be done in these. He again meditated for 70 eras. How did we get trapped here? How did we come with this Kal in this evil world? We had made a mistake there. Our father had given us all the facilities. There was no inconvenience of any kind. We were immortal. We always used to remain young. We had families there. The entire group, the entire families. There is creation in Satlok and it is similar to this world. But there are pure souls there. There is no death there. There is no old age. Trees are evergreen. There is no attachment or hatred. No division among brothers. And those from the Radha Swami sect and all others say there is only light everywhere in Satlok. The soul gets merged into God like they're a drop in the ocean. We want to die by drowning there. We are seeking God, we are searching for God, that we will see Him, we will sit with Him and talk to Him, we will tell Him our tale of woe, we will feel ecstatic looking at Him. They say that God is formless, He's light, and the soul merges into Him like a drop in the ocean. It equates to dying by drowning. Does anyone have this courage? If we say, let us die in the ocean, you will attain God, you won't even go near. They are just making fool of us. They all know that they are ignorant about Satlok. Even they know that they are not going anywhere. They simply create castles in the air and the reverent beings listen to them. So there is similar creation there as it is. God has a human form. The brightness of his one hair follicle is equivalent to the combined light of millions of suns and moons. Such is the radiance of God's body there. From there, he comes here by acquiring a lesser radiant and simplified form. Vedas also state this, and God has himself sung his glory 600 years ago in Kabir Vani, the speech. So from there, God himself came and told this. So leaving our God, who had given us all happiness, we got attracted to him. Kshar Purush, who was meditating on one leg, we looked at him in awe, and that look at for how many eras he stood on a single leg. He's simply amazing. Now we had equated this disease evil from there only. That we have now, for example, an actor or actress dance, jump around and apply heaps of makeup for their living, and we get captivated by them. If any actor or actress comes here in Barwala or Hisar, these local young boys and girls will assemble and queue up in thousands. They see them from a distance, that there he is standing, there she is standing. After wasting their time the whole day, they return empty-handed. If he or she is standing there, then what did you get? They are wandering there for a livelihood, and we get enamored of them. Then they say that he is my favorite actor, These favorite actresses have ruined us. He became our favorite hero there in Satlok, and God through an ether voice cautioned us that children, don't look at him. Remain carefree and do devotion, live peacefully. This action of his is not right. God had forbidden him too, but he didn't pay heed. God had also forbidden us not to pay attention to him and remain carefree, but we became cautious only from the outside, but remained attracted to him from inside. We got really attracted and attached to him from the core. God Kabir is omniscient. He knows everything. When he did penance for the second time, God asked him, what do you want? You have meditated for 70 eras. Then he said, God, give me some construction material so that I can do some creation. God gave him 5 elements and 3 gunas, saying that, son, play with these toys. Then he thought that I would do some construction, but if there would be no souls, then what would I do? I also need souls, otherwise I will feel lonely. Then he again meditated for 64 eras. Then God asked, what do you want? Tell me. I have given you whatever you asked for. And on this he said, give me some beings, some souls, Lord. Now God Kabir said, I cannot give you these souls in any circumstances. Yes, I can give you more Brahmans if you want, if you need 5, 7, 10 extra, but I cannot give these because they are my souls and have been created by my word power. They are my heart, my souls. I cannot give them. However, there is a condition. If any of the souls wants to go with you willingly, then one can go. Go and ask them. Then he came to all of us who are now trapped here. He asked us, will you come with me? I have meditated and obtained a separate kingdom. We will live like this there. I will create such deities, Mahadev, great deities, and a river of milk over there. Now, did we have any deficiency there in Satlok, but our intellect got corrupted? We said, all right, gives us permission, we will accompany you. Then this devil said to God, Kabir, some souls have consented to go with me. God said that, ask them to give their consent in front of me. God himself came from there and stood near us. God said, tell me who wants to go with him. Raise your hands. Now God had cautioned us earlier not to get attracted to Kal. We felt embarrassed, bowed our heads down, and no one uttered a word. There was a pin drop silence. Then God said, hey, you were saying that many souls want to go with you, but here no one is consenting. You were telling a lie. Meanwhile, one soul thought the plan might get spoiled. He dared and stood up. On standing up, he said, God, I want to go with him. Then we all thought that this soul might solitarily enjoy that. Then imitating that soul, all other souls raised their hands like children raise their hands in school imitating each other. We all stood up and raised both our hands saying, we also want to go, we also want to go. God said, all right. I have noted the numbers of these souls. Whoever has consented, you may go to your lok. I will send them systematically. I can't send them like this. So what did God do? He transformed us into a seed form, and he gave a girl's appearance to the soul who had given the first consent to come with Kal, a young girl, a lady. He made her a beautiful girl who later came to be known as Durga. And he inserted all of our souls into that girl's body with his word power and said to her, Daughter, I have granted you the word power. God Kabir said to her, and you may produce as many living beings as this Brahm Kshar Purush may ask for. I have granted you the power of word. You can even produce living beings by word. God Kabir said to his son H.P.DAS, son, go and take your sister to Jyot Niranjan, that is Kshar Purush. All of Kshar Purush universes were situated within Satlok. He was standing there. H.P.DAS took that girl Prakriti, Durga, to him. And after going there, he said, Jyot Niranjan, this is an order of Father. Whichever souls have consented to go with you, God had inserted all of them into this girl, and God has granted the word power to this girl. She will produce as many living beings as you want by her word power. After this, H.P.DAS returned. Now, Jyoti Niranjan, this Brahm Kshar Purush, saw the young girl. Now, pious souls, these rubbish activities like rape, etc., had instilled in this Kal there itself. He became situated in everyone in the form of mind. He has left such an element within us. This vice arose in him. On seeing the lonely girl in a solitary place, he tried to commit wrong with her. The girl also perceived his intention and said, Jyot Niranjan, listen to me. You are my elder brother. You originated before me from the egg. God has created you, and I have also been created by the same God. You are my elder brother, and I am your younger sister. This act between a brother and sister is not good. Do not commit this evil deed. Father has granted me word power. I will produce as many living beings as you say. He did not pay heed to her. He went beyond his limits. When the girl did not find any alternative to save her honor, she made a miniature form, and he had opened his mouth to commit the wrongdoing, so the girl entered into his body via his mouth and went into his stomach. From there, she prayed to his father, God Kabir, Lord save me. God said, Jogjit,